Thinking about starting a podcast? Well, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimal listenership as well. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
This episode is being recorded out of Shoptalkpodcast Studios in Oak Park, Michigan. For more information, visit www.shoptalkpod.com.
Over West Side, everybody know everybody, right? I got nothing but love in my heart for West Side niggas, nothing but love.
Live from Detroit, live from Detroit, live from
Pink suits with hats to match. Big crocodiles and Cadillacs. You looking for the fattest sacks. This is where it's at. Windows tinted, seats fully reclined. Keep the hands on the burner, cause niggas know that it's money on the mind.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man, Jay Johnson, a.k.a. the tinfoil hat titan, a.k.a. the conspiracy realist, a.k.a. the technology snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text him with your green bubbles, a.k.a. I only debate my equals, everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, because all the hoes say, J.U. Ice, Young Caesar, because you know you can't run without me. Mr. If you don't like me, fight me. I got kicked out of Noah's Ark because they couldn't find another animal just like me. A.K.A. the West Side T'Challa, the new leader of Wakanda. Don't debate me, debate your mama. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What up?
I'm motherfucking tired. And it's your man Dame going wild, the West Side landlord, the pride of PA, High Chief Dame don't fuck around, the liquor store legend, the corner store conquistador, your mama's favorite Dame, and the David Ruffin of the Shop Talk Podcast, because you know who the fuck they came to see. Not you, Otis. It's no better than these 4 letters. Thank God for Dame. And if you're speaking on Dame, you better say it nice. And if you don't put the boss in front, then bitch, you're not saying it right. Let's fucking go.
Welcome
I'm
back.
motherfucking tired.
Welcome back. Shop Talk Podcast, episode 197.
Hold on. Call you back, gave you a button?
Yeah.
They didn't give me shit.
You wasn't standing there.
And I love them.
I fuck with them too. I'll be honest with you people. I'm tired as fuck, dog.
We doing double duty. We just came from a live event.
Yeah.
And then we was like, well, shit, we still got to drop our show. So then we came to the studio, and that's after being up all night yesterday, going to see Royce the 5'9".
Man.
We done had an amazing 2 days.
We really have, man. So last night, we did go out to and this Fred text me right now and say, I'm with Royce right now. Send him. I took some pictures last night, and I haven't got a chance to edit them bitches.
Damn, Fred.
I sent over like a couple that I had on my phone already, but I ain't had a chance to. I ain't sat down. And he like, I'm with Royce right now. So that's great. But they can still get to him. But we went to the Royce event. I was just trying to go out there and take some pictures, get some video, and try to get some good shit. I mean, of course, I'm there for the album.
Yeah.
And the listening and shit.
Top quality MCing is what we saw. Royce is arguably the best rapper breathing God's air right now, and to see him in his element, nigga, the Allegory is an amazing album. Amazing.
Listen, man. I've only got a chance to listen to it all the way through like one time, right?
Right.
But this nigga said, I don't care if you rap niggas or trending topics, your shit is garbage. You couldn't make a classic out of that trash if Brenda dropped it.
God damn.
Whoo! You couldn't make a classic.
Hold on, that might go over some people's heads. What did Brenda drop? A baby.
And Pac made a classic off of Brenda's Got a Baby.
Come on now.
That baby was the trash.
Yes.
Nigga said, y'all shit is garbage. You couldn't make a classic out of that trash if Brenda dropped it. Jesus Christ, man.
This is top tier lyricism.
Royce on a different level.
He is.
Royce is on a different level. I say this often. I had this conversation earlier with Ant, Trinidad Ant, and I said after I seen Elzai, after that shit you posted Elzai.
Yeah, for the Tiny Death series.
And like Elzai is one of the greatest rappers I've ever heard. And I said I can't find anybody who raps better than Elzai. Now there's a bunch of people who can rap. I don't in bunch. It's subjective.
Yeah.
There are people I can say who can rap as good as this particular person. Like, I can't find somebody who raps better than Royce, but I can say Elzhi and the Royce, them niggas rap great on that same great level.
You put them two niggas in a room and let your favorite MC walk in there, and I bet you he gonna have a hard day.
And they did a song together on Elzhi's the Preface album. It's called Motown 25.
Remember when Elzhi did the Nas tribute album,
Yeah.
the Elmatic? Shout out to our homegirl L too.
Shout out to Pete, who does the intro music for Shop Talk. He actually produced a track on Elzhi's album, The Preface.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
That's a piece of Detroit history right there. You can hang your buffs on that.
So we was out there all night, man. We had a really good time.
Amazing show. He brought out Crooked Eye, Graph.
Yeah, man.
Anybody who's kind of anybody in the Detroit hip hop community was out there. I saw my man Fat Ray. Shout out to Ray, man, because Ray, you know, he owned up to it and he was like, I owe you one. So shout out to Ray. I'm gonna reach out. He gonna make good on the appearance. Saw Marv One, V Styles,
Jay Jackson, I saw out there.
Fat Father, I saw in the building. Aztec,
Roast Bit.
Yeah,
pretty much everybody.
If you was somebody in the Detroit rap community, you showed you paid homage.
Yeah. So that was a pretty cool night. So listen, man.
Hey man, best rapper between Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion is Cash Doll.
So listen, so check this out. So last night we got out there, relatively late, and I'm like, you know what? I got some clients and shit that I need to get some work out to. I'm gonna run up to the studio, grab my other camera because the SD card in there, and then I'm gonna take that shit to the crib with my laptop and edit it. Right.
Right.
I come up here last night, and I was like, well, shit. This computer in the studio was kind of faster than my laptop.
You slept in this bitch, didn't you?
And I'm like, let me go ahead and let me just go ahead and do this shit right now. So I knocked that shit out. Simple edit, one angle. I knocked that shit out, and while I was rendering, I'm like, let me just lay down while this shit like. So my body, I don't get enough sleep. We
talked about that. We probably both averaging like 4 or 5 hours a day.
I don't get enough sleep. But like I'll say I'm gonna do something, and then my body will physically do something different. Nigga, I sat down on the floor and put my head against this wall right here, and like I'm just gonna wait. Like it's not like it's not 8 chairs in here, but like I sat down
and 2 couches in the lobby.
Facts. So I sat down
and that comfortable ass chair in the other studio.
I sat down. And then it was 4:00 in the morning. And I'm like, fuck. Emailed that shit out. And then I went next door and sat in that comfortable ass chair. I'm like, I'm not going home. I'm not.
You might as well just go.
Because I was going to come up here this morning and do some shit anyway. I'm like, I'm not.
We got a private bathroom. I'm going to leave some washcloths up here. And we're just going to have to pull double duty at the studio.
Definitely slept in the studio last night. Then I was running around all day today because we had a live event at the All Arts Festival, and it was a really dope event. We did Shop Talk Podcast. We did This Week in Culture, so we didn't pod it twice today. And now I'm back for a third time to do some podding.
Back like I never left.
And I'm tired as fuck. It's late as hell, and I got to be at work at 7:00 in the morning.
Nigga.
So, and then when I get off work, I got more sessions right after work.
Nigga, I got a busy ass day tomorrow too. I got to be up at like 8:00 on a Saturday. On a motherfucking Saturday. And I still got somewhere to be after we leave here tonight. The grind don't stop, man.
It don't.
But last night honestly showed me like how close we are to our goals and where we want to be. How like it's nigga, we blowing kisses at the shit. So I mean, it's all paying off.
Man, it's cool being in spaces where, people recognize you and come up to you and say, what up, hey, or you know what I'm saying?
What Royce said on the album, God doesn't call to qualify, he qualifies the call.
Man.
That's a word for somebody.
It is. But how was your week, my brother?
Man, let's just get straight to it, dog. My week has been fucked up. I'm back to work. Work is kicking my ass, but today in particular, I had like a really bad moment. So man, look, I know you
I'm
probably
putting that shit on the.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm putting that shit on the
I live
Shoptalk
my
page.
truth, my nigga. I live my truth. Man, this razor in my head. Shout out to the young. I forget what her name is from Call You Back. The one we was talking to in the hallway. Yeah. I can't think of her name to save my life, but from the Call You Back podcast was telling me about moisturizing my head and that I don't need to be shaving this bitch every day. Well, look, I shave my head every day because
I do too.
I just don't like hair, and typically I use like my bevel to like line up my beard, but I don't shave my head with it. I usually use like this Gillette razor.
How you like? Her name is Robin Niggas.
Robin,
it's
yeah.
It's like the dopest Twitter and Instagram name is Robin Niggas.
Yeah.
By the way, go ahead.
So anyway, I was shaving my head, and I told you a few weeks ago I bought these Harry's razors.
Why would you do that?
So look, man. Shout out to my homeboy Jason. My brother. I mean, you my brother too, but my other brother Jason live out in Colorado. When I went out there to visit him, like he got this real nice ass apartment, and they got 2 separate bathrooms. The bathroom near the guest bedroom is his lady's closet. So I saw the razors, and he's bald too. So I saw the razors. I'm like, oh shit, must be what my man is using to like shave his shit. I was like, well, let me try them. I see these bitches at Target. So I picked up a pack. They're not the razors that he used. These are the razors that his lady used to shave her legs. So I bought a whole pack of these bitches, and I've been using them. And they're fucking...
Stop.
well, nigga, I feel like this. If I spend like, I'm cheap in some areas, and then, like, I don't give a fuck about spending money in other areas.
Damn, the razors from Bevel, it's $10, and it's like 30 of the bitches in there.
I know.
And you can use it twice.
I'm going to Target in the morning.
I left there this morning.
So anyway, I bought these razors, and I've been using them on my head, and they're sharp as shit. And I fuck my head up every time I got to use these bitches. So now, let me give you the whole play. I wake up, my kids been out of school on winter break, so I ain't had to get up quite as early.
Is that
this
why
week.
kids been around?
Yeah, it's winter break this week.
All right.
Nigga, after first of the year, they never in school. Like, it's Christmas break, winter break, spring break, Martin Luther King. Like, they ain't never in school. And then school let out in June. So anyway, I ain't had the kids this week, so I get up early. I let my pit bull out, let them shit on the neighbor's lawn and shit. Because I don't give a fuck. What you gonna say to me and my dog?
I'll shoot that motherfucker.
I dare you. I'll burn your fucking house down.
Yeah, your dog.
I'll burn your fucking house down.
That motherfucker be sitting there. And if I do that shit to your dog, man, if a nigga let his dog shit on my motherfucking grass every day, dog, it's gonna be a motherfucking problem.
Then make it a problem. You shoot my puppy,
he's dead.
I'm burning your house down.
He's dead.
Niggas don't say shit to me and my dog. We run the neighborhood.
Okay. Kill that motherfucker dog. Like, nigga, your owner could be next if you keep fucking with me.
I'll burn your house down.
And I will kill you. Like, it's that simple.
It's just dog shit. Get over it.
Well, have him shit on your fucking grass.
He do. But sometimes I let him.
That's disrespectful.
I let him roam off the leash.
Don't disrespect my fucking home. Period. That's in my house.
It's fertilizer.
I'm just saying, if a nigga come through and let his dog shit on my grass, you get one fucking mistake. The second time, I'm coming to your house and your ass gonna come out with me and you gonna get that shit off my fucking grass. And if you don't, I'm gonna shoot your fucking dog. That's how it's gonna go.
Don't shoot my puppy.
I don't like, that's some disrespectful shit. I tell a nigga, like, listen.
Me and my 80-pound puppy, don't shoot him. So anyway, I didn't feel like taking the dog out, so I just opened up the door and let him do what he do. So anyway, I'm getting ready for work and shit, and I notice I got a little hair on top of my head, so I'm doing my thing. I lather it up real good, and I'm about to get in the shower, and I'm about to shave this shit. Nigga, I can feel when I...
Let me ask you.
What's up?
Do you put the priming gel on your shit first?
Nah. I don't have a whole bevel kit.
What you waiting
I've been using
on,
Gillette. That's what I'm saying. Like, some shit I just be cheap about. Like, I was like, I'm just going to get my money's worth out of these razors, and then I'm going to start fresh.
Well, the reason I use bevel...
It's for black men.
Yes. So you put the shit on first. You put that shit on first, and then you put the shaving cream on, and then when you shave, it's literally a smooth shave. Like, it's a process. And then you put
Which Target you go to get yours?
All of them.
On the hill?
Go right here on Southfield.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna be at in the morning.
And then once you shave your shit, then they got the restoring balm you put on there so your shit don't be real sensitive. It don't break. I've never got a bump from these razors. And I shave my shit every day.
I'm gonna stop being cheap, dog.
And then shout out to Asim Supreme Products. I got
the beard balm.
I got the African shea butter. So after I shave my shit, put the restoring balm, get about 10, 20 minutes, and I put that shit on there and get a nice little shine. Should be like super duper smooth, dog. I'm telling you.
Okay.
That shit.
I'm gonna go to Southfield and get my bevel kit. So anyway, nigga, I can feel the first nick. And nigga, I feel like something dripping in my eye, and I know it ain't the shower water. It's fucking blood. Then I nick myself in the back of the head, and I can feel that shit dripping down my shoulders.
And it's a safety razor, so you can't. It's very hard to cut yourself.
It's very easy to cut yourself with a safety razor.
It's not really though.
I have one, and I've cut.
Unless you like.
No, I don't. I shave down. I do it properly.
You don't even got to put no pressure on it.
Look, nigga, I've cut myself. That's what I just. Look, man, I'm just
they got counseling for that. Stop cutting yourself.
I'm just going
at this point. No, I just took a picture of this nigga. This nigga looks bad. He got Band-Aids all over his shit.
So nigga, I thought I stopped it. I put gauze all over my head. I went to work
nigga,
and I'm bleeding through my scully. That's how much blood is coming out. The young lady at the concierge desk stopped me. She's like, "Do we need to call the EMT?" I'm like, "What the fuck you talking about?" Then I look in the mirror and I see my head looking, like chopped cheese. So, yeah, I'm throwing them Harry's razors out. I'm going to get my bevel in the morning. But you know what it really comes down to? Children and fools. I live by myself. I need...
You live with children.
I do live with children.
But by yourself.
But you know what, man? This is the year. I'm getting engaged this year. Because I need somebody to take care of me full time.
Oh, man.
Look, this is my offer. I pay all the bills. You know what I'm saying? I pay every bill that come in the house. I don't have no house note because I own my house free and clear. Both my cars will be paid off in like a month. All you got to do is just chip in on groceries. That's it. That's all I need you to do.
Nigga, that's all the bills. Besides light and gas, ain't no other bills.
Okay, well, you don't have to. I got cable, internet. I don't need you to do shit.
Oh,
just start dinner and kick in on some groceries and fuck 4 times a week. Minimum.
In my adult life, since leaving I don't know what it feel like to not have a car note. I haven't had a car note of some sort since I was about 18, 19. And I don't know what it's like to not have like a rent payment due at like some point. I don't know that feeling. I'm 37 years old. I always got to pay a nigga every month for something. Before my life turns into 40, before 40, I'm out the game. Like I'm legit out. That's you know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of having to pay a motherfucker every month to do something.
Right now, I want to, once I'm done with these car notes, I got some house repairs. I need a new roof. I want to like redo my bathroom and
Cash
shit.
out everything. Whatever we working on is gonna kick in, and by my 40th, I'm done with this shit.
Speak it into existence, my nigga. Speak it into existence.
Like I'm done, man.
God is great, man. It's the devil that's a motherfucker.
I done peeped over the little hill. I see what's over there, and I'm coming over.
Yeah.
So that shit irritate the fuck out of me.
And man, I was talking to a motherfucker at work today. Never mind, because then I'm gonna give it away where I work at. Whatever. Fuck that place. All right, man. Let's get into this shit.
All right, man. We ain't gonna be here all day and shit.
Nah,
right?
man, because I'm tired in the bitch. And I want to get high as giraffe titties tonight.
Let's talk. Oh, we kind of touched on this on the live show, but y'all wasn't there, so y'all don't know what we talk about.
Shout out to the crowd at the live show. They was giving us like the energy that we needed.
Yeah. So look,
you don't want to banter with me. Like I'm quick on my feet.
So look, the live show was a mixed crowd.
Yeah.
Like black people, all the black people was performers.
Yeah. And all the white people was sitting right up front.
Yeah. So, I want to say rest in peace to our dear brother Malcolm X. Today is the anniversary of his assassination.
Yeah.
Right. And it's always a tough day for me in real life. It's always an interesting day.
You on the Savior's Day on Sunday?
I'm not. But that's something different.
Okay. Because I kind of feel the same way. I kind of feel the same way, but I don't want to talk about it on air. But I kind of feel the same way. I love the minister.
But I'm black as hell. Not like in complexion.
No, I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all.
And I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. And we sitting up here with all these white folks and shit. So we played our favorite game.
One gotta go.
And I'm like, in honor of Black History Month, all these names gonna be black. Okay. And
it got quiet up front.
Yeah.
It got quiet up front.
I like making people uncomfortable sometimes. But one of the blackest ones we did was and I put the last one there. I said, one gotta go. Obama, Malcolm, Martin, or Jesus. And I seen the white people's face when I said
That's
Jesus.
why I broke out my geography comment, because I don't give a fuck what you believe. Just based off geography alone, you cannot tell me Jesus was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man. You just can't.
Yeah.
Jerusalem is in... Don't call it the Middle East. Call it what the fuck it is. Jerusalem is where?
On the continent of Africa.
All right. Ain't no blonde-haired, blue-eyed devils walk around in the middle of Africa. They just not.
Hey, you know, how we got the N-word and how we feel when people call us the nigga or nigger. White people do not like when you call them devils, dog.
I don't give a fuck.
They really be like, they really feel a certain way when you call them a devil.
No, you know the word I love to hear niggas say?
Mayonnaise?
No. Shout out to my niggas SJ and AJ. They use that honky.
Oh.
They use that shit tough.
I don't know if they feel a certain way about that. But I know they don't like mayonnaise, and they definitely don't like devils. I'm not telling you that you should call them that.
No, but I mean,
don't like.
Yeah, whatever. I don't like a lot of shit.
Yeah, we did. I want to do some call and response, something that we can keep the corral interaction. We was only up there for like 25. All right, look, how long? We was up there a little bit longer than 25. Actually,
we left when we was done.
Yeah.
Is you finished or is you done? And when Shop Talk Podcast was done, then we got the fuck up.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cool because we started real lighthearted. You know what I'm saying? We joking around. We talk about Erykah Badu.
Hey, man, I still want to smell what that thing smell like.
Yeah.
I need to find out.
So she got her incense that sold out in I think I read like 17 minutes or some shit like that.
I would just sit in a dark room and just light that shit and just smell it.
I'm not saying I'm going to buy it, but.
Nigga, I would. Let me find out a nigga got some bootleg Erykah Badu vagina incense.
I'm not saying I'm going to buy it, but if it's on the corner of Finkel and Schaefer in that little parking lot.
Hey, my man. How much is going for?
If I find Naila and get some of them African essential oils in there, you know what I'm saying?
That was my girl.
Man, I love Naila. I said I was going to name her. I told her if I have a daughter, I'm going to name her Naila. I said, I love that name, man. I really like that name. I was like, and I've never heard that before. I'm like, Naila. And she was all African, got the dreads. And I like Naila.
Just a sweet woman.
That. Yeah. I still got some oils, some little cologne. Dang, that was 2003. I got that shit. That shit don't ever run out.
No.
You put that shit on 1 week, it be 2 weeks later, you still want to smell like whatever. So we talk about the Erykah Badu stuff. It's real light. And then
One Gotta Go got a little heavy.
Yeah, One Gotta Go was pretty fun though. You know, some white kid up there talking about Nas gotta go, and Nas only got one classic album. Like that's just ridiculous.
He was born in 96. He don't know no better.
Like whether who you think better, like it's just ridiculous. Like it really is ridiculous. Like stop talking. But then we had a little conversation, and I like how it kind of went because we kind of led them in there just to give them an idea of what we talk about here. We do like to have fun, but we do like to broach subjects that it's not gonna be the end all be all because we don't got the end all be all say on anything. But I like conversations that spark deeper conversations. So earlier this week,
respectful dialogue.
I'm trying to be respectful, right? So earlier this week, all right, I mean, there's the elephant in the room. Everybody been talking about Dwayne Wade and his son, and it's been a whole bunch of stuff.
Do we call him his daughter at this point? The young man wants to identify with female pronouns and be referred to not as Zaire is the older. I
don't know the kid name. I don't even know.
Well, he wants to be called. She wants to be called Zaya.
Zaya.
Yes.
All right. So Zaya, and people been going in on him. I don't know that. So Lil Boosie, who is the funniest, he's my most entertaining person on the internet, was saying, "Don't cut his dick
off, man."
I don't know did that conversation ever actually happen though?
No, it's just
everybody's running with that, right?
Boosie just crazy,
but not just him. Everybody, I've been seeing that.
But Boosie is a crazy nigga from the South, and let me tell y'all something. If y'all upset how Boosie talking, y'all better be glad Pimp C dead, because Pimp would have been off to the left with that shit.
But the thing is, where Boosie was saying that the little boy 12 years old, he don't know yet and everything like that. However, they pulled the receipts up on Boosie and showed video you talking about for your son's 12th birthday, you gonna get him a hoe that can suck his dick. His words, not mine.
Absolutely.
That's incorrect, sir. That's not something that you should do to a 12-year-old boy. Because like to your point, he don't know what he like yet.
Absolutely.
And one, you just shouldn't do that, because if that's not another child, huge violation, then you
and if it is another child, it's still wrong.
Well, I'm saying if it's another child, that's a huge violation.
Yeah.
There's some other stuff going on. And if it's not a child, giant legal violation. Like, that's just wrong all around the board.
You know, a lot of us have been tainted because we had sexual experiences starting way too early in our lives.
Which is probably why a lot of men who are overly sexualized, because they're overly sexual because they were sexualized at a very, very young age.
Absolutely. My first sexual experience, I was 14 years old. There's no way in fuck I should have been fucking at 14. I have friends of mine that was fucking at like 12, 13 years old.
Even before fucking, when you was just kids was playing house and doing all that stuff at like very young age.
Absolutely.
Like, that stuff probably should not be happening, right?
Look, I was probably about 10 when I remember seeing my first pair of titties. Like, I remember vividly the first time I saw them, and I didn't quite know what it was, but I knew I liked that shit.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if people are talking about that relationship, or he shouldn't do this because he's only 12, let's check that shit in our own behavior. And it's just because you got a son does not mean that at 12 years old, he should be a quote unquote man and you get adult women to do things, because that's sexual assault, that's sexual abuse.
And that's still a child.
A child.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, I try and be very careful when I talk about people and their children, because as a parent myself, you know, I raise my children as the way that I see fit. I do what I feel is best for my family, for my household, for their well-being. And I think across the board, that's what people try to do for the most part as parents. It's the most demanding job that you'll have in your life that comes with no training and no instruction manual. You're literally learning this shit on the job. Yeah. I got kids, and they're all I raise them all in the same house, but they're all completely different individuals, different personalities. And on any given day, they got their own gamut of problems. And I can't, what worked for one will work for my 17-year-old ain't going to work for my 12-year-old. Will work for my 14-year-old daughter ain't going to work for the youngest one. So, I mean, it's too many variables in there. And I'm responsible for making sure that they are, decent human beings, decent adults, can fend for themselves, and that they don't die in my care.
So let me ask, from the parents' point of view, you say, I raise them as you see fit. As you see fit, how you think life should go, or you see fit for the society that they're currently in and will be in longer than you.
I have to look at the society that they are going to be in, because I look at it from this aspect. I'm living my life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a 38-year-old grown man. I'm living my life, and I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. I done been through high school. I done been through college, and I made it. The world that they're living in is not the same world I grew up in. Like, and the age gap I always talk about is not that huge between me and my oldest child. It's 20 years.
That's a long ass time.
I mean, it's 22 years, but like, I look at how different his life is at about to be 17 and my life was at 17.
22 years is two different generations.
It is.
It's really more than that, but like on some generational stuff. So like, regardless of how we grew up and what was acceptable socially when we grew up, and sometimes we'd be like, nah, when I was a kid, this is what used to happen.
But that can't apply to now.
Correct. Because your children or my child, whenever he or she gets here, right, is going to grow up in a society that I didn't grow up in.
Yeah.
And I can't prepare them for the old one. They got to be prepared for the new one.
Absolutely.
So if transgender is a thing in the new generation, whether you maybe yay or nay for it, they got to be prepared to live in a society that has that.
Yeah.
If people want to,
and that's going to be more accepting to it.
Facts.
Nigga, when we went to high school 20 years ago, like being gay, bisexual was very much so frowned upon.
I don't know. The reason I say I don't know, and it's really interesting, because I remember all the football players and all the basketball, y'all was playing around with that gay shit. Like after, like it was like a thing that y'all was doing. Y'all were act gay. Y'all were like, I never understood it. It wasn't never my thing. But now we got a whole things change.
Now some of y'all living a different life, an alternative lifestyle, which is nothing wrong with that. But
to your point though, it was definitely a different socially accepted
absolutely
thing back then, right?
There were different social norms, but I understand that the world is changing. Now, me as a parent, what I choose to do is be supportive of my children.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree or like everything that they do. I don't, because I'm my own man too still. But I love and support my children nonetheless, and I will always support them. Dad, as long as you're doing right in life and you're not hurting nobody, Dad got your back.
So why I run this up? Because it was a catalyst for the discussion I wanted to have, but it's not what it's about per se. So we got to prepare children, loved ones, whatever, for the society that they're going to be going into.
Yes, sir.
And not what we have right now or what we came out of. And I guess initially, I've said something similar on the podcast before, and it was kind of like tongue in cheek. You know what I'm saying? Because we had these conversations before. But then I really started thinking about it, like, because the more and more that we accept, hey, I identify as binary, non-binary, all this, right?
Right.
Socially is being accepted. And that's just the reality of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
How far, or how do I want to say? Because I don't want to say it like it's something wrong with it or whatever. But like, is society going to be open for other forms of identification? So I use an example as like a few years back, black folks were all up in arms when Rachel Dolezal identified as black. She was passing as black, the whole 9 yards, right? Like,
tanning herself, having, different hairstyles that are more, easily associated with African-American women.
Yeah. So that was a thing.
Was she talking like,
I mean, I don't know. I've heard her in interviews. She talked regular, but how does a black person talk?
It's a difference in tone, inflection.
Not necessarily.
So like, you've called into places before. Say like you call in.
How'd your mom talk?
I mean, she talked like an educated black woman.
Is that the same voice that the person that you would call in to JJ's or Captain J's? You know what I'm saying?
You might get a different vernacular.
Yeah, but I don't think that has to do with your race, more or less your culture and your immediate culture and where you grew up at.
You're right.
But so my thing was, or my question is, if society is accepting where we can change a gender, I can be male, I can be female without any kind of surgery or whatever. If I identify
there's no
as a
process.
woman,
I can just wake up and say, this is what I identify as.
I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that as like a in joke or in jest or whatever. That's just the reality.
No, that's just what it is.
Also, I was at work and I was looking at an ID, and we deal over the telephone, and I saw the first ID from 2016, which was a gentleman, and then the ID in 2019 with different name, but also different gender, and the picture looked different as well. I mean, you can tell it's the same person, whatever, but like, this is a legal thing. You change your gender.
And you have to...
You change your name. It's on your driver's license. It's a different gender.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what kind of surgeries, whatever. However it is, it's real. This is the society that we live in, and this is the one we need to
have to acknowledge it.
And you got to acknowledge it. Whether you agree with it or you think, nigga, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers say, this what I identify as, that's what it is.
Remember that incident in GameStop a few months ago? I'm a ma'am.
Well, you dress like a woman. I didn't know. It's hard to know. Because
they kept calling her sir.
Yeah. So it's like, look, so this man who was dressed like a woman, they called her ma'am, and he was like, no, I'm a sir. Well, shit, you got on high heels and you know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, I didn't know if you was a man or woman or trans. Or
and
like,
it's not even trying to offend. Like sometimes you just...
Dude seemed like he really didn't know.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. So I want to know is, do you think society is going to be accepting of if someone wants to identify as a different race?
No. I think we're more accepting of identifying as a different sex because sex is no longer such a taboo topic. But when it becomes race, people are still touchy about race. Race is what's dividing our country. People are very sensitive when it comes to that fact.
I mean, I can say sex and gender has been a divide in the country as well. Because clearly, like, women aren't treated equal.
No.
You know, remember the North Carolina things and the women's right to choose and everything. Like, I think that's another divide. I guess what I'm saying is, I know it's a foreign concept for us now. Just as if 20 years ago you say someone who's born a boy can at 12 years old and say, no, I'm a girl now, I'm a daughter now. You'd have been like, that's impossible. But that's what we live at right now.
And I don't want to be naive. I can't tell you what that young man feels
at all.
You know,
he's not wrong for whatever he want to be.
No, now I do agree on one hand with Boosie is that, you know, at 12, you know, you ain't really lived a lot of life.
Facts. But at 12,
but I knew I liked girls at 12.
Facts. I wasn't confused at 12 whether I like boys or girls. I like girls.
I like girls. Yeah.
My mind was pretty made up.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I don't think if he know what he liked at 12, I'm pretty sure he know.
But I also but at 14, I had the first time like I tried pussy. That shit was like trying heroin. Like nigga, I was hooked. Like it wasn't no.
If you try something else, you'd have been hooked on that.
I'm not saying that. Maybe I jumped out the window on that one. Yeah, I'm not saying that. But I knew what, like you say, I knew what I liked.
But so in any event.
So when is, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I always often hear people be like, well, when did you know you were gay? Well, shit, nigga, probably like the same time I knew, you know, nobody asked, well, when did you know you were straight? You just knew. You know, it was just innate in you. Maybe, you know, I'm not a, you know, scientist by any stretch of the imagination. I can only tell you what I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know what's innate in someone else and how they feel or how certain shit makes them feel. But I can tell you as just an individual and as a person, I can respect how somebody feels. It may not be for me, but what you eat ain't gonna make me shit.
I can tell you this. And y'all can research this shit if y'all want to, because I don't be lying all the time, or I don't be spouting off. Genetically, scientifically, there is more difference between a male and a female than there is between a white woman and a black woman.
Right.
Like literally.
No, I feel you.
Like there's not a lot of difference between black and white on a scientific level. So you got more pigmentation in your skin, and then what else? The phenotype of how my nose look, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a big enough difference between men and women. Fallopian tubes, uterus, urethra. Like there's enough difference. But like this between a black man and a white man, the only identifying factor, one of the major is the skin pigmentation. And that's what makes you quote unquote black. Well, we know black people. Well, shit, I grew up with one of my homies being an albino. So he bright as fuck. He got blonde hair. He got blue eyes. He looked like Crondon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
he's a black man.
Yeah. What makes you black though?
Does it become like the facial features? Like that's the only thing I can associate with it.
And
it's
that's
and
more
I don't
of a
think
question.
And do white people get albinoism?
If they did, yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Never seen a white albino.
If you did, how could you tell? I'm not trying to be funny.
No,
One of the
maybe by their features. You know what I'm saying?
One of the young ladies I went to school with, she was albino. She looked quote unquote black, but her hair was bright.
I mean, we got wider nose, fuller lips.
Yeah,
but I've never seen a white person that.
So what makes a person black? Because if it's culture and how you was raised and everything like that, right? Then how come someone can't identify with that? And I'm not saying that I'm for people just all white folks say, "Hey, I'm black," or black folks say, "Hey, this." What I'm saying is,
but like we all know white people that grew up in the hood.
Yeah, like
you had, and not just to sound like cliches, they had black friends. They went to black schools with us.
It's not that they had. I grew up on the Joy Road area, so my immediate stomping grounds was from Joy Road and Evergreen to Joy Road and Southfield Freeway.
Right.
And those 13 blocks from Joy Road all the way down to Warren, that's my main stuff. Now, clearly we went a little bit further than that, but that's my main stomping ground. If you grew up in that, I don't know, roughly 2-3 mile radius, maybe you act a certain way because that's the culture of that neighborhood, the people that live there, whether they black, white, indifferent or nothing.
Right.
There was Arab kids, Ahmad and Hassan Ahmad. Niggas got kicked out for fighting each other. Crazy. How do you kick two? And there's twins. Like you kick two twins out for fighting in school, fight each other. And
them niggas going buck wild.
And then you send them home to
fight more when they get home.
But they acted like us because they was in the same neighborhood as us. They listened to the same music, go to the same schools. It was the culture of them.
Right.
What makes you black, though? I wonder, so to speak. Like, if it's specifically the pigmentation. Because if it's something else on a chromosome level, we know we not using chromosomes because if that's the case, it wouldn't be XX and XY. You couldn't change your gender if it was on a chromosome level. Like, what makes someone black? And if we want to have a conversation about someone identifying as something, we all know we're not going to use science as the basis. We're going to use what someone feels. How can I tell somebody
if their life isn't black or they don't, you don't have the black experience, you can't identify with that? Where
now listen to me. If you don't agree with me and you think that's off base, I can appreciate that and I understand. But you also got to take a look at the other side of the coin where people will feel that exact same way about gender and how you won't accept black and or white or that being the same thing. Oh no, this is different. There's a lot of people who think that about gender. So with this whole conversation, what I've learned over the last, year or so, it's like what you think or what I think, I'll speak for myself, just because I think that shit ain't absolute. It's only my little tiny piece of perspective from just the random things that I've come across. Now, ideally, I personally have an understanding what blackness is and what it takes to be black and your bloodline and the whole 9 yards. I understand that. But if someone don't agree with that, how do I tell them they wrong if we not going to base it like off of science or something?
Yeah. Because
you can tell somebody till the cows come home about, no, you a boy because you got a penis, you got this and got that. And then I wonder if society-wise, we're going to get to a point. Because ultimately, I think this helps everybody. If anybody can identify with anything, you can be man, you can be woman, you can be black, you can be white, you can be Asian. At some point, everybody gonna have to treat everybody exactly the same. And ain't that what we ultimately want?
Yeah.
We want unity.
Because inherently, we all are the same.
Literally, we are the same. Even though we different, there's some nuance there. We all human beings. 2 legs, 2 arms, stomach, gut, eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, your hair might be a little bit different, but ultimately, if anybody can identify as anything they want to, you're going to ultimately have to treat everybody the same. And ain't that what we really want to get to anyway?
Yeah.
everybody should be treated the same.
But then we'll find a different caveat to veer off of.
I'm hoping this whole identify things, well, identify as slim. Or,
identify as old with a 750 credit score.
So I did mention.
Take me to the bank.
So I did mention, like, what if you identify as younger? Like, so Devon, he just turned 50.
Yeah, just turned 50.
Man, you can't tell me that nigga. He got a body of a 25-year-old. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Devon found, like, that's her homie, but like literally that nigga's found the fountain of youth. Like, he looks extremely young.
If that nigga say I want to identify with 30, have at it. Because you at 50 is probably
in better shape than niggas in their 20s.
You 100% healthier than me.
Yeah.
Like, you're better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I tell that man his body? Like, I bet you if you did some sort of test and on your blood levels and everything, like, how old is your body?
So, you know, like in the Army, they still have to do, like, say if you're in the reserves, you still have to do physical tests. There's a certain time limit or certain push-ups or sit-ups that you have to do based upon your age range. Somebody that's physically fit could feasibly, you could be 50, but I can still meet the requirements of somebody at 25.
Man, that nigga fast as shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though. We play softball on the same team. Like, the nigga fast as shit. Nigga got me about 15 years almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, is there a such thing? What is age a social construct? Is age what we gonna use the science on? And the reason I say that is because, like, say Michigan, we got some statutory laws that have to deal with age.
Right.
You have a 16-year-old daughter, and she identifies as 18 on a particular day. You got a 22-year-old guy who identifies as 17 or 16 on a day. I'm not okay with that.
No. Because my Glock identifies as something completely different.
My Glock identifies as 19 for sure. And sometimes he identifies as 33.
Yeah.
With that stick in him. But it's a slippery slope when we get to the whole identify as anything or whatever, because there has to be a cutoff somewhere though, right?
It should be. We got action.
Yes, it is safe. That we both got the same text message, right, by the way. But on the age level, like so at what point do we use the science portion, and what point do we use the internal feelings and what the social construct, so to speak? Because with age, I think that's relatively definite, right? Well, it's definite. It's not a relatively.
No,
it's definite.
Yeah.
So,
but then that goes more to your argument. Like, how can, we can make an argument for one thing, but not for the other.
Yeah.
There are no absolutes. Nothing is safe across the board.
Yeah. Then it's one of those
everything is relative.
Everything is relative. Now everything so it's going to be a vote. Like, all right, boom, we're going to use it for religion. Not religion. We're going to use it for gender. Can't use it for race. Can't use it for age or like vice versa or whatever. So it's interesting, man. But I do think it's a good conversation to have, because in the Rachel case, I use her as an example, right?
Right.
People may like her. We may not like her personally, and she may have did things outside of the scope of what you should do. But let's say she didn't, and she just a white person who got the good in her heart and wants to help out.
She an ally.
But what if she wants to identify as black? And when I say identify as black and how socially accepted it's going to be, I spoke about somebody's driver's license changing, right? It's a legal document. Are we going to get to a point in time where on a legal document, me, who was born African American or born black, the so-called black, can I switch and say, I am Asian or I'm Caucasian on a legal document? Not what you socially accepted, not the whole, this person invited to the cookout. On a legal document,
right?
Are we ever going to be that? I know we're not here in 2020.
No.
Preparing for the future. I think we need to prepare for that.
I mean, 20 years from now, this might be a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
And y'all quick to invite a motherfucker to the picnic. That's the enemy. Uncle Joe. Niggas love Uncle Joe Biden.
Oh, that nigga.
Yeah, but Joe the reason a lot of y'all cousins and uncles is locked up. Joe the reason your daddy did 20 years.
Yeah. On a petty crack charge.
Absolutely.
On a $45 piece of crack, he just did 20 years.
On a personal. Personal.
Literally. Like, I was a crackhead.
Right.
I went to jail for prison for 45 years. But, that was a conversation. We had that live in front of a very mixed and diverse crowd. And I said I want to have this conversation. I don't want to have it like, hey, I'm right, you wrong. But actual conversation.
No, it's just a dialogue.
With no anger involved, no personal, whatever. But how about...
Because I don't think there's an absolute right or wrong answer. But I mean, I think it's a reasonable question to pose.
Yeah. And if you don't think it's a reasonable question, you got to realize that the ones that you are accepting of, there are other people that don't think that's reasonable as well.
You're right.
So we just got to be
respectful to each other's opinions.
Of everybody else's opinions and listen to them, hear them out, understand where people are coming from. Because I think if people can find a common ground, that's the best place to start, to have some dialogue, a common ground. Because at the end of the day, we just looking for everybody to be treated equally. And everybody to be treated equal and everybody to be safe. I think safety is going to be the paramount concern. Like with the age type of thing or whatever, I think safety is the paramount concern. So, man, that's just that on that. I would love to hear like an official panel. Like who do you sit down with to have the official conversation? You know what I'm saying? Not like the podcast conversation, but like
there's got to be some qualified minds in the room.
Like this is something that's active in the communities. So like at some point it has to be officially addressed and not just on social media. So
yeah,
people above my pay grade and smarter than me need to have a conversation.
I don't know too many niggas smarter than me.
You don't have many friends. You don't have.
Who do I
friends.
trust? Me.
Yeah.
Who do I believe in? Me. Yeah, nigga, we got action.
Whoa.
We got action.
Off the icon.
Yeah, we got action.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at that yet.
No, you should.
I'm not gonna look at it yet because we gotta wrap this pod up. But that's it, man. We trying to keep it a little bit light today because it's tired. I'm tired. It's late.
And we done already did this shit 2 times.
Yeah. And this is my third pod of the day. So
and it's not, we're not gonna feel like we ain't got real 9-to-5s and responsibilities and we got shit to do.
But I did want to say one other thing because we got a sponsor this week, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, a word from our sponsor.
We do. So listen, W by Crystal White has just launched premium athletic wear that you can live and work in. So if you shop the newest collection at wbycrystalwhite.com and you use the code SHOPTALK.
What? We got our own code.
All capital letters. Save 15% off your order.
Now that's what's up.
Now, I don't know if y'all know Judy or Crystal White from Unsavory Antics, but she did a incredible weight loss journey that she's still on. She out here inspiring thousands of people.
You got to follow her page, The Judy Fit.
Yes,
and she can get hope to a lot of y'all ladies because Crystal has done there's no surgery involved.
No surgery
it was
involved.
Just sweat equity is what she put in.
But she got a line of products,
and that body looks amazing.
She looks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there. She looks fucking amazing.
She's a very shapely woman.
Amen. Amen.
But she got a line of workout gear, which looks pretty dope. Did you see who she got?
Yes, I did.
Like I've been following Irene the Dream for quite some time, and now she's going by her real name. But I remember Irene the Dream. Okay,
and she looks amazing in that workout wear. And this is quality stuff.
You know, Crystal don't do no.
No, she don't half-ass it.
She don't half-ass shit. So wbycrystalwhite.com.
She do owe me a sweater.
Use code SHOPTALK, all caps, and you will receive 15% off of your order.
Yeah, I'm not hating, but she does owe me a sweater.
I think I get a custom sweater too.
Yeah. But we'll talk. We'll catch up with her. We'll catch up with her. That's the homie.
I didn't prepare whose man's is this. But I'm sure we got a music pick.
Absolutely. My music pick of the week is Royce the 5'9", The Allegory. Royce is the best rapper breathing God's air right now. If you love high quality MCing, you'll fuck with that album.
Yeah.
Again, the best rapper between Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion is Cash Doll.
I don't have a Who's Mans this week, so I'm not gonna make one up or pull a bullshit one out my ass. So we just won't have one this week.
Okay.
I gotta take that back. This one hurts me, but I gotta do it again.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I was getting prepared for the benediction. Did you touch my hand?
Hey man, relax.
Man, I know it's soft.
Oh, please relax. Pause. Jesus Christ. All right, man. This not even funny, dog. This one kind of scary, but I gotta use it.
All right. I don't even like how this sounds.
I gave this person Whose Mans did this before. I just want to get my brother some help.
Another one is Andrea Stewart. She's the one on YouTube.
Oh.
Anti-Afro Svengali. Anti-Afro Svengali. She's in California. I want to pull up on her when I go out to Cali next month for the parent training. Those are the 4 people I need. William Clay of the DC area, Mukasa Africa, who was in Philly, but I think he's in the DC area. Okay. So-called Reverend Gerald Palmer, he's in the Kansas City area. Andrea Stewart, who is in the California area, and I want to give you one more. Lenore Honor. I'm tired of this bitch nigga too. This is the weak ass dude who got nothing but YouTube videos about me on YouTube. Lenorhonor. I had enough of him too. I don't know where he lived. I don't know what city he in. Find out where these 5 people are. Please find out where these 5 people are. This shit is going to end right now. There is one thing to make videos. Monty Woodgrain, I'm going to fuck him up too. So if you could get Monty's address, it's time for me to see Monty too. I've been as patient as I can be.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right now because I still got love for my brother, and I think he just having a hard time, man. And whoever's in his circle, that's Dr. Umar. Whoever's in his circle, man, I want y'all just to help him out. Take his phone from him.
Why does Dr. Umar sound like he about to drop a mixtape? He coming for niggas.
He out here like trying to give people addresses and like trying to do them harm publicly on the internet. Like, I think it's not easy being in his position and everybody coming at him or whatever. And I think it's possibly getting to him. So I don't want to clown him. But like, I think he does need a little bit of assistance, and I just want him to get the help he needs right now because he got bigger plans. You know what I'm saying? So, I still like Umar, man. I don't want to kick niggas while they down like that, or just like, not help support whatever. Cause I do support the overall vision, man. But, I want him to, somebody around him to get him some help, and some of the elders who are.
He better than that. You better than that, Dr. Umar. You better than that.
I think as a community,
because we fucks with you.
I mean, as a community, if you in that conscious community or whatever, like, reach out to the man. I don't have a way to get in contact with him.
You know how we kind of clown the conscious community now, like you and them Hotep niggas.
Like, Hotep is a bad word. It's now it has a negative connotation, and it should not.
Not at all.
But that's wild to be on the internet, like, telling people. Now, Lennon Honors, he didn't pronounce his name right. I've been watching Lennon Honors for like, it's been a long time, dog. Over 10 years. That brother does his research. Now, you may not agree with everything.
No, you don't have to.
But that brother, like, he not a
crock.
That brother does his research, and man. So, I guess that's technically my Whose Mans is this. It used to be my man, but he's still my man. I don't know, man. I just needed to get a little bit of help, man, because I'm worried for him. I am legit worried about him as a person. Forget all the other stuff. I'm worried about him, man.
We're watching Dr. Umar crack a little bit,
and I don't want that to happen.
Nah, man. It's time for the Benny. It's your man. I love this music. Nobody know. It's your man Dame Going Wild. You can follow me on IG at Dame Going Wild. I'm gonna get that Twitter back sooner or later. It's coming. Our group chat is on fire right now.
Yeah.
but I'm gonna get that Twitter back sooner or later. But even better than that, follow us at Shop Talk Pod, shoptalkpodcast.com. Look, I know this is your part of the shit, but like when you see the motherfucking blue and the black, you know where the fuck you at. I told niggas 4 years ago they was either gonna get down or lay down. This the year. This the fucking year.
Facts. J voice. J Johnson 313 on all that matters. Shop Talk Podcast. Follow Shop Talk Podcast Studios. Shit. Book Jason.jpg. God damn it. And
you taking solo bookings again? Oh, that's the pictures.
My photography page.
Okay.
When you see the blue and the black, you know where you at. I'm not saying we the Rockefeller podcast, but we are Jay and Dame.
Hold on, man. You said we was also the new Boosie and Webby. So which one you get to be?
I'm Boosie, dog.
That's a problematic duo right there.
I'm Boosie like a motherfucker, dog. I like Boosie, dog. Outstanding. Him having a woman sexually assault his child. Outstanding. Withstanding.
I love Webby, but all for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Two problematic niggas.
Very much so.
All right, man. We holla at y'all next week.
Peace.